Hey everyone, it's Fanzine Live. I am back. This is Tom. We are here doing some new releases, and my intention was to start with one big monster episode talking about the United Fanzine Organization and its many zines and comics that have come out in the last, few months. There have been so many zines, and I took so long in recording my different looks at each one that I think I'm going to have to break these things out into single episodes. So we're going to have a string of UFO books and zines, and I hope you enjoy each and every one of them, and let's get started. You've never seen wildlife like this before. Joe's Comics' Wild Kingdom is packed with insane cartoon chaos and glorious underground weirdness.
Yum!
Created by Joe Hutchinson, a guy who clearly never learned the meaning of too much. If your sense of humor likes weird comics, underground art, and absolute nonsense, then enter the Wild Kingdom at joescomics.com. We're going to take a look now at the work of Alan Sissom out of Indiana. He has a number of mini comics that he sends out, and we're going to start with his tech approach, his logistics approach, and we'll get into the creative in a moment. He is big on doing 8-page mini comics. He has his 3 imagination links that he sent me, and then also the one UFO member zine, the Space Tyrant #1. This other one, Toilet Paper Man, is also a UFO zine. Alan has a unique approach. First off, everything is hand done. He has gotten away from even the typesetting that you see in the imagination links. This is his newest work, Space Tyrant. And other than the pre-printed UFO logo and the pre-printed UFO checklist, his work is entirely done with pen and pencil and ink and paper and a ruler, and he just does it old school. So this is very much like the stuff that I saw back when I was making zines way back in the 1980s, kind of going back to the basics of the do-it-yourself ethic that the likes of Matt Feazell still push forward in working with his not available comics and Cynical Man. It's neat to see somebody say, I know that all the tools are out there. I know the InDesigns and the Photoshops and all of the fancy typesetting, the AI art, the everything. It's all out there. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to do it my way, my style, my speed. And that's what he's doing. So he's working on becoming a better artist and a better writer on his own terms. And that's admirable. Next up, he uses a format, this 8-page mini comic, which is literally a single sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper folded over a couple times, cut and then stapled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a couple staples. This is the basics of mini comic production, especially from back in that 1980s era when the photocopiers were really first starting to come around. This format is so easy to make and easy to print and easy to ship. You can put this in a thank you card envelope, even put in a little note over the top, like with a note card or something like that if you want, or a post-it note or what have you. Slap a single first-class stamp on and you can get it out the door for a lot cheaper than it takes for me to send out my stuff, which I'm using for a book like this. Oversized, thicker, heavier, glossier, cardstock. It's more expensive to print. It's more expensive to send. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying it's a different model. I go less frequently with my books. Alan goes much more frequently with his because he can put them out in smaller chunks and just get them out into the field. Hats off to Alan on that. Now let's talk about the project itself, this Link project, the saga of the Link, and which rolls through into Space Tyrant. I'm not going to talk as much about these two other than to say there is this robot called the Link, which was a probe, and we will see in Imagine Link 57, it basically gained sentience. It gained a soul, if you will, and then went to explore Earth. With that, we then get to the Space Tyrant. These crazy aliens here are the same crazy aliens that you see in this piece. So there is a link, a through line, a link, yeah, nice joke. There is a thematic through line that Alan is following. So this Space Tyrant #1 could, I think, theoretically have been like Imagination Link #58. Why he went with the #1 there, I'm not entirely certain. Doesn't matter to me. I've got them all together, so it makes sense when you kind of read the whole thing through. It's just this discussion about how these aliens want to bring back this probe. This Tyrant wants to get them. You can see he uses the quarter page size about as well as you can. It's really good for 2 or 3 panels per page. I think you can get to 4. He doesn't even get to 4 in this. After that, it's just hard to fit in enough text. Fiesel, with his shorter form stuff and his smaller stuff, he goes with 6 or 9 panels on a quarter page. That's really, really tight. I think this is good. You can see he's got enough text to be able to tell the story, or at least the snippet of the story, but he doesn't go too far. He also, by having larger panels, even with the heavier amounts of text, you can see he's still able to do a little bit of establishing shots, a little bit of backgrounds. He's able to work his character line work a little better. I do like that piece right there. He's got some really good hatching and the like to do the shading. I love the eyes on this guy, doing the black shadows with just those white pupils. And then you've got, of course, the simpler alien types there. So the gist of this is that we are establishing that the Space Tyrant is looking for the link. He's not getting it. Technicians, I guess you would say, engineers, have been working on trying to create a new group of people who will serve the purposes of the Tyrant, and these are called the New Genies. And the gist of it, of course, New Genies as in eugenics, but basically these are augmented humans who have genetically amplified, so who knows what powers they will have, but they get introduced, the 6 of them, at the end of this, and then we go to the checklist. Nice little interlude. That might be why he went out of order with it. I don't know. Artwork is looking really sharp. Alan is improving significantly over time. This piece was winter 22-23. This just came out in 26. You can see the difference in the cartooning style. He's really improving. He's working on his craft, and I give him lots of props. Next one, Toilet Paper Man. Yes, Toilet Paper Man. Kind of a silly type character, but not entirely out of character for the mini comic format for the small press publishers. And I'll show you why. When I saw Toilet Paper Man, the immediate first thing that came to mind for me was Dishman by John McCloud. Another kind of mundane character. This guy washes dishes with his magical superpowers. This is the collected edition, but here we can very quickly show how he, zaps the dishes and they're gone. And then he goes off and tries to fight crime. And Dishman was one of the big series of the 1980s. In addition, when I looked at this character with the eyes going through the glasses like that, or are they toilet paper rolls? I'm not sure. Anyway, when I saw that, I couldn't help but think about Alan Freeman and legendary comic book writer T.M. Maple. Together, working with Chuck Haspel and Susan Dorn, they did Captain Optimist, another fun, silly superhero. And this, of course, also was in the 1980s. And gosh, they look awful similar. I'm sure Alan will take that as a compliment. And Alan will take it as a compliment. This Alan will look at it and say, who knew? Toilet Paper Man, he's donned his costume, he has his throwing seat, of course, we know what type of seat that is, and he's ready for action. His toilet senses foaming. Somewhere in the city, crime is waiting to be flushed. Yes, it's that type of silly humor, and I love it. This guy is in the business of telling silly toilet jokes, kind of helping fight crime and solve the problems of the world. When evil takes a potty break, the Toilet Paper Man acts. It's silly, it is fun, it's cute, and at the end, he comes up with the portal potty. Flush, 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 flush. What's that sound? No, it is not the TARDIS. It is the portal potty. And who comes out? Not the doctor, but the proctologist. Really cute. A time portal potty. Takes me to where a menace to society needs me to defeat them. And that must be you. We've got it set up for the next issue. Really cute piece. He has fun with this. And you know, when you're doing these types of things, notice 4 panels instead of 2 or 3. And he still is able to tell a reasonably nice short story with that. Alan has a number of good books. Information on how to pick this stuff up will be available in the show notes.